Hi guys, it's Kim at Cactus Rush. Today I'm going to propagate a few of my succulents from leaves and stem cuttings, so I hope you'll hang out. Okay, so today I'm going to be clipping back a few of my succulents that have gotten a little bit leggy. I don't normally mind this kind of a long stem if they have some fullness around the base. But in these two cases, they don't. So I'm going to be clipping these back. And then also I'm going to be clipping a little bit off of this one. You can see also this one already has some roots and is good to go. Okay, so there's no reason to clip this except for aesthetically. A lot of people will leave their succulents, do what's right for you. If you don't mind this and it's good for you, then you don't need to clip it. This is a gorgeous echeveria. I'm gonna let this dry out until it's very crusted. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna plant this up in a few days. Let me see here. It doesn't really have any roots going, but that's okay. I'm gonna clip it here. I'm gonna have to get my big clippers. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna leave this nice stem on this side. I'm going to leave these things in the center. I'm just going to clip back this one right here. Look how great those roots are. I'm going to clip this one that's gotten really long. You can see that right here it has what looks like a new stem about to come out. So I'm going to clip just before that. I do have roots happening on here, this one as well. I'm going to keep this, maybe it'll propagate. The idea here is that once it has dried out and gotten real crusted on the end, I will be able to plant it. Let me shorten this a little bit. I will be able to put this in the ground and the roots will be good to go. So we're going to look back on this in a few days. Hi, baby. Hi.
Hi, baby.
I'm going to clip this one back close to the bottom, and then I'm going to work from there. Clearly still kind of a mess. I'm going to clip it up a little bit more. I'm going to think I'm going to go above this curve. There we go. This is perfect. Now I'm going to let this callus over. We have these great little pieces of fuzzy cactus. I don't know what this is called. I should. This one, I think I might get some roots. Yay. Okay guys, this is a pretty good tray of goodies. So once these are dry in a few days, we're gonna get back together and I'm gonna show you what I do next. All right, see you soon. So here we are back a few days later. I'm just gonna get an up close shot so I can show you what we're going to be working with today. Here is one of the echeverias that I cut back the other day. It was about a week ago, I think. And here's the other big one. These are both ready to be planted. Let me see here. Okay, that's a terrible shot, I know, but general idea. And then I'm also going to be cutting back this crazy aloe. It is really in need of a haircut or a cut back or cut into several pieces. So I'm going to be working on that today and show y'all what I do with this. This is going to be new for me too. These leaves I laid out to dry about 10 days ago, I think. They have these great roots already and little bunches of tiny babies on the bottom. So there is no secret to what I did here. This is just basically these, you have to start with a mature, healthy leaf. These usually come off of the bottom. I like to set them where the pups are gonna be up as opposed to down here in the middle. Most of the time they grow, sometimes they don't. Look at this one. It needs to be a mature, healthy leaf. And we're just gonna leave it on that leaf even when we settle it into the soil. It's getting all of its nutrients right now from this mama leaf, and it will for a long time, even when these little feeder roots, they're just really feeder roots to try to figure out where to go. Even when they start digging in, most of the nutrients will come from this leaf, so we want to make sure and leave it on there until it completely dries up. So these are succulent leaves that broke off today when I was pulling everything over here to get ready to shoot this video. So I thought this would be a great example. These just came off, they're fresh, and this is, I'm just going to set them out in this saucer. This is one kind of echeveria, and this is a different one. This leaf isn't super healthy, so I'm not sure if it will grow or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. And then I have this little bitty kind of burro's tail sedum leaf. I have a little pile of those, and they do tend to propagate very well, so I'm just going to leave all these sitting in here, and it'll take probably 10 days or so before I'll be able to tell what's going to happen. But this is like the first stage, first day. Day one, this is what they look like. I also cut back these kalanchoes about a week ago. They also are very nicely crusted over. Y'all can see that. Probably not, but they are very dry. This one has grown some really nice roots. It's been sitting here about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, waiting for me to do something with it. So we're going to propagate it today. This is a sedum firestorm. Also, I clipped it about a week ago. So again, it's nice and dry and calloused. It doesn't have any roots yet, but still good to go. I cut this off of one about a week ago. So this is nice and calloused, and then it also has these beautiful roots. Some nice roots there. I have these great paddle plants. They're crusted over really nicely. I clipped them back. It's been about 2 weeks for these. They are growing new roots already. They're all really calloused nicely. And then this is a little tiny domino cactus. My daughter has this, and it popped off, so I don't have one of these yet. So she handed it off to me, and I'm gonna put it in a little tiny pot today and get this thing going. So there's lots of different ways to do this. Everybody has their own formula, so I'm just gonna show you today what I do, what works for me. So I like to just let them dry and crust over, which is exactly kind of what I was explaining, and then plant them directly into some very dry soil. I've seen a lot of cool different ways to propagate with water. I have not ever tried any of those ways. I think they work great, looks like they do, but today I'm just going to be talking about what I do, what works for me. So when you're propagating leaves, I like to leave plenty of room around the leaves when they're drying, and also when I place them in their containers. This is super easy. These are already filled with my gritty mix. They have no organic matter at all, because I always worry in the beginning, even more so, about getting them started. And I'm really liking this gritty mix. It's going to very gently, with the leaf kind of sitting up on the edge, gently set those roots just like that. That's it, man. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna mist just real gently, about that much. And again, this is extremely aerated soil. It'll be dry very quickly. So these paddle plants, I'm going to plant each one into its own container. And then once they're growing nicely, I'm going to pass them along to my friends. I've never had this craziness. I'm just going to dig in. Here we go. Look at this. Guys, I would appreciate it if you'd support by subscribing to this channel. Hit your thumbs up button if you're so inclined, and share with a friend if you think they would enjoy this content. I'm kind of digging the way this looks, so I think I'm going to plant it back in after I let this callus over nicely. I think I'm going to put this right back in this container. If you guys have worked with water propagation, or if you propagate differently, I would love to hear your methods. I love to try new things, so drop me a line. Let me know. That's pretty great. That is pretty amazing right there. That I'm gonna be able to plant and give away to friends. So I wanted to show you guys what everything looks like now that it's all finished, just to give you an idea of what all we got done today. So first off, this aloe up here, I just set that in there to take this shot. So I will be letting it dry before I actually pot it in there, but it's gonna look amazing. And then we have this guy that we added a little piece to at the bottom. This great echeveria that we clipped a huge part of the stem off. I put it right back in the exact same container, and the exact same with this. They all really look good. Then I did a little bit of kalanchoe here, and that kind of drooping piece, it as soon as the sun hits it, it's just kind of leaning towards the sun. I have this little tiny domino cactus, and then this super fun succulent garden that I put a bunch of little tidbits in. And this is everything I have for next time. We'll see if all of these leaves or some of them propagate nicely, start to grow some roots and pup. And then I have all of this extra aloe to plant up and give away to my friends. Also, I have these great paddle kalanchoes, paddle plants that I've planted up for friends. And then we have our leaves here that I think are gonna grow nicely. Got my wine glass here. Cheers, guys. Everything did get a little dose of Osmocote. If you guys have any questions, if I didn't cover it thoroughly enough, feel free to leave me a comment. I'll be happy to answer any questions. This is just my way of doing things. There's many, many ways to do it. Do what works for you. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next time. This guy's gonna go plant heaven.